to women's safety volunteers who were arrested. Morning to you, Mick. So
Hey,
let's start there, shall we? Talk to us about those volunteers, because they worked for the night team at Westminster City Council. Am I right?
Yeah. It's called Night Stars, and it is a programme run by, in conjunction with the Metropolitan Police and Westminster City Council. The Westminster Council have put out a statement expressing their discomfort with the fact that the Met has lifted volunteers who look after women's safety, but not just women's safety, safety of people who are out at night. Now, the issue here really is that they were arrested by the Territorial Support Group, who are, the kind of the heavies, and whose job is to handle protests. Now, sorry, I'm hearing other people's audio in my head, in my ears there, which isn't helpful. The Metropolitan Police would normally work with these people, so they wouldn't have arrested them because they would know and recognize them. They're there most Friday and Saturday nights. So that was a problem. They were arrested for 14 hours, held, released without charge, but released without an apology. And they were arrested because there was a search area in place. They were searched, and they had rape alarms on them. Now, the Mail on Sunday had reported a couple of weeks previously that there was a plot to use rape alarms to throw them at horses. Now, the source for the Mail on Sunday story, I'm told, was the Metropolitan Police, and the Metropolitan Police's head of media is a former male journalist. Now, of course, the Metropolitan Police would deny that there's any problem there, or that they were involved in sort of putting that information out and then acting on that information. And I'm sure that you'll have a statement from them. But yeah, that's the situation.
Well, the anti-monarchy group Republic, Mick, they're saying, look, hang on, this is heavy-handed and this is a direct attack on democracy. And lots of conversations are starting to happen around the Metropolitan Police and their handling generally of Saturday's Coronation procession in particular.
That's true. There's something, your question is well put, but one thing I would like to say is that I know Graham Smith from Republic. I spent a lot of time with people from Republic who were waiting to try and get their colleagues out of custody over the weekend. They are not an anti-monarchy group. They are a pro-Republic group. And the language matters because I'm a Republican. I believe that we can be like the Irish state, where I lived for 8 years. I'm quarter Irish. Ireland has a republic, and it has a non-executive president. It's not that I hate Prince Charles. It's that I do not King Charles. Sorry. It's that I don't believe the monarchy is the best way to run our system. And so the problem with working along saying anti-monarchy group is it presumes that they're negative rather than positive. And the positive is we would like there to be a republic because we think it would be better for everyone, rather than we are, sour-faced, lemon-sucking, dislikers of fun and flags. That's a problem.
Oh, lemon's great in a gin and tonic, Mick, I can tell you.
Yeah,
that.
And the other thing I'd like to say is I am not a member of Republic. I am an independent journalist.
Good. Okay, good to hear
I'm not
that.
a member of any of the activist groups, though I support their efforts, and I believe that they were unlawfully arrested. And I think that's important to know. OK,
Mick, really briefly, the Metropolitan Police have said, look, their tolerance for protesting, in particular for this event, was very low. They're citing that people had travelled from near and far to enjoy the celebrations. What do you say to that?
The Met Police would not engage with me as a journalist when I tried to get comment from them, and then they quote tweeted me on Twitter to pretend that my reporting that they had arrested people who were not even protesters. They suggested that was untrue. The Met are lying, I'm afraid to say. They would say they're not lying. I think that the Commissioner has questions to answer. In Parliament recently, he quite rightly corrected Lee Anderson, the Tory party chair, who said Republicans like me should be expelled from the country. He corrected him on the law. The police did not apply the law evenly, accurately, or correctly, and the new laws are framed in such a way that practically anything can be seen as protest. And for us as journalists, it's a problem because I was a nuisance to the Metropolitan Police this weekend. And if the police deemed me a sufficient nuisance, they could arrest me. And they did arrest journalists over the weekend. Free speech is under threat. It's not under threat from trans people or leftists. It's under threat from the government and the Metropolitan Police.
OK, good to get your thoughts. So that's Mic Wright, journalist there, talking about the Met Police and their handling of the coronation.